Well, today I'm going to be cooking for you guys one of my favorite regional fish recipes. It's called Bengali Patori Mach. Okay, it's basically fish marinated with Bengali kasundi or mustard paste, some spices, some aromatics, and of course we're going to do it with extra virgin olive oil. So the first thing I need for this is some fresh fish. Let's see if we can find some here. What we really need is a non-bony and fairly kind of delicately flavored fish. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm really looking for. Some nice, fresh kingfish fillets. Okay, that's a kingfish. Okay, really tasty. It's quite meaty and should be perfect for our dish. Can I get like half a kg? I am back from the market. I've got myself my wonderfully fresh kingfish. The recipe I'm doing for you guys today is my take on a Bengali inspired dish. Okay, it's called Patori Mach. We've got all of our wonderful ingredients. Time for us to divide this nice long meaty fillet. It must be about a good 200-250 grams into two. So I'm just going to slice it again with the natural grain. Okay, just like so. Perfect. And let's get down to making our marinade. The first thing we need to do is dry roast all of our wonderful spices. So let me get myself my pan into my fairly hot pan. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of coriander seeds, a pinch of cumin, a generous half teaspoon or so of salt. We just want to lightly dry roast our spices. We want to make them brittle enough to grind down. Okay, time to grind our spices. Our powder is perfect. I'm going to transfer it to a little katori and then we'll get down to making a paste of our aromatics. So, ginger, nice and hot green chilies, lots of fresh dhania. Chop up the ginger fine because we want to grind the ginger in our mortar and pestle. Like so. Green chilies into our mortar and pestle they go. Now, our fresh coriander, I'm going to chop up our coriander stem. Okay. इसमें हम पत्तों का इस्तेमाल ज़्यादा नहीं करेंगे. I'm using the stem of the coriander because they contain most of the flavor of the herb. In it goes. A little bit of salt. Now, pound away. Our paste is now fairly coarse. What I'm going to do now is add some of our powdered spices, the rest of the ingredients, and then grind it all down into a nice and fairly smooth marinade for our fish. So, back it goes. Half a teaspoon of our ground spices. A touch of turmeric. Now into this, I'm adding the signature flavor of this dish, which is our kasundi. Alright? Extra virgin olive oil. Now normally I would be adding mustard oil to it. Alright, now mustard oil also has a very distinct flavor, and that's why I thought that this would be a very appropriate recipe, because we want to kind of, you know, highlight the delicate and fruity flavor and character of the extra virgin olive oil. So 2 to 3 tablespoons, generous tablespoons of my virgin olive oil, a generous squeeze of lime. Fish and lime, match made in heaven. Some thick coconut cream. Okay, beautiful. Now, all I'm going to do is mix it all together. Alright. Now, let's marinate our fish and put it into our steamer. So let's get ourselves a plate. Now what I want to do is drizzle a little bit of this beautiful extra virgin olive oil. Now I just want to gently massage it in. Time to add our marinade. Not too much. Okay, rub it all in. Beautiful, like a massage. Oh ho ho ho. Look at that, look at that. Huh? Let's get down to steaming it. So, very simple. I've got myself a frying pan. Into this, I'm adding a little bit of water. Okay, so what I've got over here, some regular onions. I've just julienned them fairly fine. Into this, coriander goes in, squeeze of lime, and a little of this reserved marinade. Okay, about 3 teaspoons or so. Then I'm just gonna toss it all together. So I'm just gonna lay on a little bit of this wonderfully kind of simple salsa, if you call it, very fresh salsa, and then a nice thick fillet of kingfish. I'm just gonna add a few more teaspoons of the marinade. Okay, now simply just bring up the edges of the foil like so, okay, and then crimp it like so. Okay, now my beautiful Chinese steamer, I'm just going to place it in a pan of boiling water. Our steamer is steaming away. Time for us to steam our fish. Well, our fish has been steaming away in our bamboo steamer for a good 10 to 12 minutes. Time to check and see whether it's ready or not. Now, I'm going to carefully pick out our foil packet. Okay. Time to open it. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And it smells absolutely fantastic. I'm getting the kashundi coming through, all of those herbs, our aromatics, the spices, the beautiful extra virgin olive oil, that lime, all coming through perfectly. Quick test to see whether it's done or not. Done to perfection. Right, time for us to plate it. A little bit of fresh coriander over the top and a generous squeeze of lime. Mediterranean style. I'm going to drizzle it all with lots of fresh and beautiful, luscious, extra virgin olive oil. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and my friends, is the Oliveitup version of a Bengali paturi mach, or beautiful kingfish cooked in a wonderful marinade of kashundi, coconut milk, aromatics, chilies, spices, and extra virgin olive oil. But don't go away, because on the other side of the break, I'm heading across to meet a really talented creative chef who is going to give us his take on how to use extra virgin olive oil with Indian flavors. So don't go away, come back, plenty of good cooking. I'm here with Chef Nafis Qureshi at the Veda Kitchen in Vasant Kunj, and I'm here because today we are going to be cooking, or rather he is going to be preparing for us one of their signature starters, and he's going to be doing it using extra virgin olive oil. Chef, मुझे आप ये बताइए क्या बनाने वाले हैं आप हमारे आज?
मैं सर आज तंदूरी सालमन बनाने वाला हूँ।
तंदूरी सामन?
हाँ जी।
तो ये जो सामन है ये नॉर्वेजियन सामन है?
ये नॉर्वे की सालमन है।
हाँ, नॉर्वे की सामन।
हाँ जी।
All right. What we've got over here is beautiful little fillets of Norwegian salmon, and we've got a whole other bunch of ingredients from which we are going to make a tandoori paste, right? And of course, chef, आपको मालूम है कि आज हम इसे virgin olive oil में बनाने वाले हैं. Let's start with our first marination for the tandoori salmon. चलिए सर.
सर पहले इसमें थोड़ा सा लाइम जूस डाला हमने.
Okay. Okay, a little bit of lime juice. In that goes
जिंजर गार्लिक का पेस्ट.
All right.
ऐड किया.
ताजा बना हुआ, हाँ?
ताजा बना हुआ.
Perfect. Some
फ्रेश जिंजर गार्लिक पेस्ट.
Ginger garlic paste.
हमने हल्का इसमें सॉल्ट डाला.
All right.
थोड़ा येलो चिली पाउडर.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Yellow chili powder. Look at that. Okay, so just mixing it around, massaging in all of those wonderful flavors of the ginger garlic paste, the lemon juice, and that yellow chili powder, right? Just gently massage it in.
अभी हम इसमें थोड़ा ऑलिव ऑयल डाल देंगे.
All right. Okay, chef, that is looking perfect. ये हो गया हमारा.
ये फर्स्ट मैरिनेशन.
ये फर्स्ट मैरिनेशन हो गया. Okay, अब मुझे ये बताइए, इसको कितनी देर के लिए फ्रिज में डाला जाता है नॉर्मली?
ये नॉर्मली 1 घंटा.
For 1 hour.
Yes sir.
Our first marination is done. अब मुझको ये बताइए, सेकंड मैरिनेशन शुरू करें इसकी?
Yes sir.
चलिए, आइए सर.
सर सबसे पहले इसमें हम लेंगे अमूल चीज.
ठीक है जी, ये मैं आपको दे देता हूँ.
इसको हल्का सा मैश करेंगे.
Right, we're just gonna mash it up to make a bit of a paste. All right, तो हमारा जो चीज है अब ये पेस्ट बन चुका है. As you can see, it's nicely mashed. What's next, sir?
इसमें थोड़ा सा हैंग कर्ड यूज करेंगे.
Okay. That an integral kind of part of a tandoori masala or many Indian marinades. क्या बोलते हैं?
Yes sir. इसमें थोड़ा सा कैश्यू डालेंगे. कैश्यू थोड़ा सा टेस्ट भी बढ़ा देता है और इसमें बाइंडिंग का भी काम करता है.
All right.
इसमें थोड़ा सा और जिंजर गार्लिक यूज करेंगे.
बिल्कुल थोड़ा.
एकदम हल्का. हल्दी पाउडर.
बिल्कुल. टर्मरिक.
येलो चिल्ली पाउडर. थोड़ा इलायची पाउडर ऐड करेंगे.
ठीक है जी.
थोड़ा सा गरम मसाला.
All right, now again time to combine everything. ठीक है जी.
Yes sir. अभी ये हो गया.
Okay.
And
so that's a little bit of dill or sau ka patta. All right, finely chopped, goes very well with fish. Few coriander stems chopped fine. A little bit of green chili, again chopped up fine.
थोड़ा सा जिंजर चॉप, रेड चिली.
Okay.
हल्का सा इसमें शेफ्रॉन वाटर भी डाल देंगे.
Okay, that's going to give it color and flavor.
Yes sir. और लास्ट में थोड़ा सा इसमें सॉल्ट मारेंगे.
ठीक है जी, just for added flavor. Okay sir.
और फिर ये अपना फर्स्ट मैरिनेशन की हुई फिश इसमें ऐड कर देंगे.
Our salmon, which was marinated earlier with the first marinade, all right, has now been coated. Yeah, chef is just kind of coating it and again gently massaging that marinade, that second marinade, into the salmon. Last but not the least, a little more of that beautiful extra virgin olive oil.
फिर इसको मसाले में लगा के 1 घंटे के लिए फ्रिज में रख देते हैं.
ठीक है जी.
उसके बाद इसको तंदूर में रोस्ट कर देते हैं.
Our beautifully flavored and marinated salmon is now ready to go into our tandoor. Right, so our beautifully marinated salmon has gone into that tandoor. I am going to head out because I've got a friend of mine coming, and then we're going to sit down and taste this beautiful tandoori Norwegian salmon. I haven't had it before. I'm very curious to see how it's come out with that beautiful olive oil and all of the flavors of the marinade. Right. Our tandoori salmon is ready. All right. I'm joined here by Prima Korean. How are you, Prima? By the way,
I'm fine.
Thank you for joining me today, joining us here at Veda.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, Prima herself is a cook. She's a chef. She specializes in one of my favorite cuisines, Malayali food. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, Prima, we're here today primarily because we have a bit of a challenge that we've posed to the chefs here.
Yeah.
They have a dish called a salmon tikka, and we've asked them to do it with extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Just to see whether, traditional Indian flavors can marry well with the virgin olive oil. So far, we've had like great results, and we want to see whether these guys can do it some justice as well. So, should we call on the food?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's call on the food then. How are you, chef?
Sir.
How are you?
Good, sir.
This is Prema Korean.
Hi.
This is Chef Qureshi, and he has prepared the tandoori salmon. So, chef, what marination did we do?
मैम इसमें हैंग कर्ड है, प्रोसेस चीज है एंड कैश्यू पेस्ट है और गरम मसाला, इलायची पाउडर एंड सॉल्ट, रेड चिली पाउडर एंड थोड़ा इसमें ऑलिव ऑयल डाला है हमने.
Normally, अगर आप इसको कुक करते हैं, तो आप what would you do instead of olive oil?
ऑलिव ऑयल ही यूज करते हैं.
अच्छा, normally आप वही करते हैं.
Yes,
For the fish, for the salmon, he said he uses olive oil. But if you taste some of their other tandoori items, then they've got, I think, mustard oil coming through, right? The tandoori paste has the classic mustard oil that they use.
हमारी जो इंडियन फिश है जैसे रिवर सोल हो गया, ये सब हो गया, इसमें मस्टर्ड ऑयल यूज करते हैं.
अच्छा.
Well, I think what we're going to do, Prema, since fish is all about temperature and timing, shall we taste?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall I put some for you?
Yeah. Please.
So, what do you think of the
I think it's worked very well. Yeah. But
salmon? Is very tender, chef.
Thank you.
It's
excellent.
It's quite
And
moist.
moist.
When it's done in the tandoor, I always find
It dries it out
that
normally.
it's extremely high temperature.
But in this case,
It's quite moist.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. So I think our little experiment here has proved that once again that we've used a Norwegian salmon. It has its distinct flavor of its own.
Yeah.
The olive oil, I would say, highlighting and bringing everything together, and some very classic
Indian
flavors.
Ajwain and very nice.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's really come together.
Yeah.
Right. So Prima and I are going to sit here and chat about Malayali food. Yeah, because I'm super excited about that. All right, guys. But before you go, don't forget to eat well, live healthy, and Oliveitup.